Supported employment is an approach to assisting individuals with disabilities to obtain and maintain community-based regular paid employment. All persons, regardless of the level or the type of disability, have the right to pursue employment. Offering people with intellectual disabilities the opportunity to work allows them to develop as independent a lifestyle as possible. It also gives them the chance to become a more valued member of a community.
Often, there's not an awareness that people with intellectual disabilities can actually hold down a job and become self-sufficient, contributing members of our society. However, there's a wealth of information that shows this is not the case at all. These individuals may face certain challenges, as we all do, in regards to their work, but they have quite a high level of job satisfaction.
Working for me is something I always wanted to. I always wanted to work, even when I was probably 7, 8 years old. And I just thought, hey, about time I should get out into the work world and start work.
The option of supported employment for people with intellectual disabilities is growing across Saskatchewan. Countless individuals have been employed throughout the province with this model of support. Most of this success must be attributed to the vision and dedication of member agencies who are associated with SARC, the Saskatchewan Association of Rehabilitation Centres. Key partnerships with government and support from the Saskatchewan Association for Community Living have also been instrumental.
There are numerous agencies in Saskatchewan, fortunately for us, that really work to provide optimal independence and assistance to individuals with disabilities. Government departments like the Community Resources and Employment, the Department of Learning Special Needs Programs Unit, Human Resource Development Canada, and the Saskatchewan Association for Community Living have really worked hard with member agencies associated with the Saskatchewan Association of Rehabilitation Centres to move forward with supported employment in our province. There's been a lot of headway done in this area, however, there's still more to be done. One of the main challenges is getting the message out to employers on how participants in supported employment can be great employees through using the supported employment model.
People with disabilities, particularly people with intellectual disabilities, have not always been viewed as potential employees in regular kinds of jobs where they receive real pay. That we want our workforce to be diverse the same way that our lives and our communities are diverse, and that it be representative of the breadth and the diversity that we have in our communities, and that people with intellectual disabilities are an integral part of that.
People with disabilities are in every way as effective in their jobs as other workers. They are reliable, enthusiastic employees who are committed to and like their jobs. They are eager to learn and want to be productive.
Having Dean work with us is actually, it's a good experience. He's actually got a really great sense of humor. He's a hard worker. He goes 24/7, and we enjoy him.
John's contribution to Becker Underwood here is, he's a very, very hard worker. He's always on time. He's not afraid to start new tasks, new challenges. He doesn't fizz on them. He always goes at it with both feet, so to speak, and we're very, very pleased with what he's done for us.
People with intellectual disabilities also have a lower rate of turnover and absenteeism than other employees, and they provide a positive community image.
I have seen people with intellectual disabilities working in the community in areas like the bakery, Suds and Sew, the town of Wadena, working with the garbage collection, SAS Power, as well as Wadena Tire. The supported employment in the community, it's very natural because they're part of the community.
The community is very accepting of all the individuals. Whether it be out in the coffee shop or just on the street, they'll stop, they'll chat, they'll offer them a ride if it's raining. Like, everybody is very, very accepting and very supportive of the individuals.
I think education may be a big part in letting the people know what these people are capable of doing and what help they can give to them. I believe Meadow Lake is a very progressive town, and our community is doing very well with MultiWorks. Our business people have accepted it very well.
Individuals from vocational centres are given the opportunity to work in their communities. A job developer or project coordinator may assist the individual with developing job skills, selecting possible work placements, and in securing a possible employment situation.
At MultiWorks, we have an employment marketer who basically pounds the pavement looking for suitable job placements for the folks that we have here. as participants. Once we find a suitable employer and a position that's available, we attempt to perhaps make some adaptations to that position to make it as suitable as possible for our participant. And we place the person in that employment situation.
We were approached by Multiworks for Alina to come and work for us. This for a 6-month period, and basically after that time, we just agreed to keep Alina on, just because we felt that she was doing a good job here, and we didn't want to lose her.
Once the individual obtains employment, the job developer will match them with a support person or job coach who will ensure their job is completed to the satisfaction of their employer.
We had a job coach come for the first, I think, 3 or 4 months. That job coach basically worked with Alina to make sure that she was doing what we wanted, and just to help her out. And if she had any questions, then she would ask her job coach too, and she did a good job.
If I didn't have a job coach, I wouldn't have done as well without a job coach. She would help me with my work and show me little tips and things like that.
For some job coaches, their role is to go to the job site with the individual, teach the skills that are required to do the job independently, and they leave. For others, the job coach task will take in everything to do with the entire process, which includes meeting with employers and writing resumes and helping with a job search and all of it, straight through to follow-up.
Job coaches work with both the employer and employee and are an integral part of the supported employment. However, some situations do not require a job coach or developer. Sometimes all that is needed for the individuals to succeed in their jobs is supports from the community and natural supports in the workplace.
Clayton's working for the Central Landfill Committee. His duties are managing the landfill site. When you bring your refuse to the site, he tells you where to place it. He makes sure that you record who you are, where you're from, and basically looks after the whole landfill.
Well, then I'm working in the Saskatchewan. Then Bruce want me to go and get my sweat lift training, then I do that on my own. Then after that, then I got started getting my license and drive.
When I first started working here, I didn't ask for a job coach. I thought I would freewheel it, sort of thing. I went to the Battleford Supported Employment Program and got them to help me write up a resume and also a preface letter. And then I made an appointment to see Barry and brought that all down, and he said, well, this all looks great, but I can see that you're blind in one eye. How do I know that you're going to be able to do a good job? And I said, well, let me give you a free advertisement. Some afternoon or morning, I'll come down and I'll work for you, on me, to show you the job that I can do. I know that I can do this job, just give me the chance. So one afternoon I went in and I worked for them, and then I went home, and then a couple days later, he phoned me at home and he said, well, Doug, I've got some bad news for you. And I said, oh, I didn't get the job? He said, no, worse than that. He said, you start tomorrow.
Some individuals with intellectual disabilities actually become self-employed or small business owners. The dedication of those who have pursued this option of work illustrates there are no limits to what can be aspired to or achieved.
I work approximately 100 hours a week because it's just the way my business is. I do grass cutting, snow removal, rototilling, and small engine stuff, repairs, and retail. And sometimes it's a real challenge because I never know what I'm going to end up doing when I get a call.
All individuals with disabilities should be able to earn wages and benefits equal to that of coworkers performing the same or similar jobs. Supported employment is paid employment at a rate equal to or above minimum wage. Specialized support is available in the form of job coaching and training at no cost to the employer.
Here at Multiworks, I took 2 months training, learning how to handle situations with a student before I went out to the workforce.
The emphasis of supported employment is to create opportunities to work rather than just providing services to develop skills. All persons, regardless of the degree of their disability, have the capacity to undertake supported employment. If appropriate, ongoing support services can be provided.
It's not a matter of sympathy jobs, and it's not a matter of giving a guy a break. It's a matter of they can be just who you're looking for.
If you don't try, how do you know? It was good for us because we're doing a job that someone else isn't doing, that needs to be done.
Dean's job is not a menial job. It's a very important job. Without him doing his job well, things just don't get done. And it's an important part of our business. And everybody actually knows and understands Dean's role in the business, and they all love and appreciate it.
Shawn has contributed on a number of levels. She's been able to alleviate some of the workload for my other staff so they can perform more of their duties, and that's been really good. Before Shauna started with this, I did have a meeting with the staff and told them what we were going to be involved with the program, and they were all very supportive of it. They thought it was a great idea.
The staff members have been very, very cooperative for something like this. They go above their way to make sure that, when the people come in from Partners in Employment, they come in, they make sure that, they're being helped. The decision came to become part of the program was, frankly, a very easy one. What had happened was, they'd phoned us, a lady by the name of Carolyn McLean. She phoned us, came and sat and had a meeting with us, kind of explained their organization to us, what they're trying to do, what their goals are, the type of people that they try to help. She explained everything to us, and we felt that this would probably be a good fit.
For Jonathan, it was just like a key unlocking a whole world for him. We know of other young people who have gone to high school and haven't been exposed to this program, and for us, for them, I think maybe it's been a little more challenging to find that job.
When we place people into employment, there's several avenues that we can use to do that. We can put them in on a training on the job, which helps to offset the expense of training that person in a new area that they haven't done before. We can also do work assessments where the employer doesn't pay, but the participant is paid, and those are usually 4 weeks long, and that's just to try the job out to see if in fact that was a good match. Or we can just straight put them into employment. Or we can put them onto what we call a work experience program and have them go through several placements until we find the right one. You have to know the client. You have to help them make good choices. And you're not making them for them, but you certainly are giving them direction. And so you really need to know what you're doing because you're talking about people's lives.
Every effort needs to be made to offer individuals with intellectual disabilities an opportunity to enhance their skills and abilities through employment. Everyone, from job coaches to the family and caregivers to the employer and the agency, needs to be involved to ensure a successful employment outcome. With individualized support, persons with disabilities can secure and maintain employment as well as income.
Supported employment is working here in Saskatchewan, but there's still a necessity for sustainable funding and additional community partnerships. There's also a need for more education and accredited training for staff in supported employment techniques. We also need to work on improving traditional systems and the transition process to obtaining a job if we want to assist individuals with intellectual disabilities achieve their personal best and maximize their independence.
I want a different opportunity to meet new challenge and find new different job in the community.
I just wanted to try something different, see how it feels.
It's a lot of trial and error, and the things that work well in most cases, and the things that don't work you have to reevaluate and try either a different approach or drop that idea altogether and try something new. I've certainly, through Cheryl, seen how a person can appreciate their job no matter what that job is and no matter how repetitious it is. I think the key is patience and understanding. The people who come into the supported employment program want a job. They want to work. They want to show that they can work too. And with patience and understanding, they'll find the correct space.
People with disabilities gain a great sense of self-worth and self-esteem through working. There is a sense of personal fulfillment as well as the pride in being able to support themselves either completely or partially.
I feel more confident now that I'm employed. I feel better about myself now. I've learned how to be dependable working at a buck or two, and how to get along with other staff, and how to be responsible. And I've learned that you can get a good feeling out of showing up on a Friday night or something when you know that if you don't show up, they're not likely going to want to do it for you. So it kind of makes you feel like you're needed and that you have a responsibility.
I like working at my band on lawfare. That more money.
Yeah.
Oh, that more money. Yes. You go on trips and go all over now.
Yeah, we go everywhere now.
I think the participants have a higher self-esteem, and they feel better about themselves because they have a job and they're making money and they're not just like relying on social services for their money. And they all get paid like from the employers. They get like their checks every 2 weeks, and they're really excited every time they get a paycheck.
What I do with the money is put some in, like most of the time in the bank, and then whenever there's little, like if I get a check a little bit, I usually cash it in and buy something, you know.
Support employment and these jobs that the participants get really has a deep impact in their lives, in their livelihood, and the way they see their future, how it's going to turn out. They have some sort of a hope in there that they can accomplish things.
Renee, you obviously enjoy your job.
I feel quite good that, or glad that I've been working, and now my goal is to keep striving until I can get higher up in the school.
I feel more a part of something now, and I know that I've got a bit of a future again, being I'm in the workforce, and I'm a little more laid back in the sense of relaxed with where I'm working and stuff like that.
I feel very much glad to be working in Camp Pitcher, and I've enjoyed to work with good people, and because always happy to be working.
It's very rewarding, not only for the employer, but to see these people come along and have a real job, and their self-confidence went up by 500% just by having a real job.
Individuals with intellectual disabilities have a lot to contribute to the workforce and the community. For a successful employment outcome, it will require all parties to persevere and be committed. It will also require an ability to respond to the challenges that happen along the way. Be open-minded, be willing to adjust, and be prepared to see it through. Supported employment is the right thing to do.
Go for it, because yes, you're going to have, the odd failure, but you're also going to have some successes.
There's a lot of good people in your community, and they will support you well and support you very well. They're more than willing to provide employment for people with disabilities. They just need the tools to be able to do it.
You have to know what your cans and can'ts are. Always be positive with yourself, and don't ever give up hope. There's always hope, and anybody can do anything. Just put your mind to it.
And don't give up anything.
Keep on going.
The benefits that you have as an employer, the dependability, the work ethic, and the ability to perhaps help somebody fit into the workplace where they possibly may not have been able to before. I think it's a win-win situation for everyone.